That is recording. Are we in focus?
I think so. So we just recorded 4 minutes of the show and noticed the camera wasn't recording, so there you go. Anyway, so this is episode 2 of the Dipti and Toby Show. So, as you will not know that I just said previously, 3 weeks ago I was on a deep meditation retreat, and I had a really clear idea of what I wanted to do. I had this idea of us recording the Dipti and Toby Show, and it was really clear at the time. I had a picture of it, and it was really obvious. So then it's one of these things, when you get an idea like that, do you follow the idea? Do you just forget about the idea? Does it just disappear somewhere in the depths of your mind, kind of thing? So the idea of the show, if you haven't watched the previous show, if you haven't, you should go back and watch it. It was epic, wasn't it? Is we're going to have a different theme each week, and the shows are going to be about 20 minutes long, and we're just going to talk about each topic. Now, my name's Toby, and I'm just like a normal guy.
He's not normal.
Going through my life, trying to get through it and be happy and succeed and all these things. And Dipti is obviously, as we know, internationally famous hypnotherapist.
I'm not normal either.
She's not a normal hypnotherapist. She's
not
very special hypnotherapist. But between us, we've got 90 years of wisdom. I've obviously got 70 years, and Dipti's got 20. So
actually, you've got 69. I'm 21.
Well, I spent a long time trying to sort myself out and figure out what to do with life and what to do with myself and all of that stuff. So I've tried lots of different things, and Dipti works with clients every day. She's seeing thousands and thousands of people now and helped thousands of people. So we're just kind of combining our two wisdoms to discuss these different topics.
And what's the topic for today?
So the topic from today is life purpose. Now, I've always found this fascinating because I have never been able to work out my life purpose, and I have tried. I've done so many different exercises and worked with different coaches, but I've never had this clear vision. Someone like Elon Musk has a very clear vision. He wants to accelerate the advent of sustainable transport and energy as quickly as possible. And if you look at interviews with him 10 years ago, he's still saying that same thing. And I always thought that must be amazing. It's just, that's what my life purpose is, this is what we're going to do, and you just get on with it. But it's not everyone is that clear, And I recently read Viktor Frankl's book, Man's Search for Meaning, and Viktor Frankl was in a concentration camp in the war, and he was able to, he was a very clever man, he was able to watch people living and dying in this camp, and the people that lived are the ones that found meaning and purpose in their life. But the interesting thing that he said is that the meaning can change, your meaning can change from day to day, week to week, year to year, and that made much more sense to me than, from 20 to when I die, my life purpose is to do X or whatever. So there you go. That's what I think we should chat about today. We're going to chat for about 20 minutes, and hopefully we can share some wisdom.
Well, meaning and purpose are different, aren't they? So people might have a kind of meaningful existence, but they might not think, like Elon Musk, right, this is why I'm on this planet. They just live daily meaningful lives. For me, I don't know if I have a specific life purpose either, but I do know that the meaning of my life is quite important. So I have to feel like I have made a difference, and that's the way I see it. So by becoming a therapist and seeing clients in my job, I feel like I make a daily difference.
But you couldn't define your purpose, if you like.
Well, no. I mean, I think I've tried as well. I've gone to, in fact, one time, this is actually quite significant. I did go and have one session with Neil Crofts. And Neil Crofts is an amazing transformational coach, and he normally works with kind of big businesses, doesn't he? Just to kind of help them identify what they're doing as well. So I was lucky enough to have one session with him, and he did a life purpose exercise with me. And I did that exercise, and then after that exercise, I recognised that I needed to become a hypnotherapist. It was that clear. And that was probably in 2010. And now it's filming this, it's 2018. So 8 years later, I am a hypnotherapist, and you know, I started my training in 2012. So you could say that's my purpose, maybe.
To be a hypnotherapist.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what I found out from the life purpose exercise. I mean, I wonder if it would be useful for me to tell you how the exercise goes.
Yeah, you could do. Yeah,
so basically, you have to think about, the first thing you think about is what makes you, oh damn, I'm going to have to edit this bit. I can't remember. Wait, let me think. Okay, what makes you...
Okay, start again.
So Neil Crofts' exercise, the first thing you have to think about is what is your talent. So the way he kind of gets you to figure this out is, say you were dropped off on a desert island, and you know there was just you and lots of other people, and you had to tell the other people what you were good at, you know, what people come to you for, what you're known for. So what is your specific talent? The second one is to figure out what you are passionate about, you know, what lights you up.
Yeah, he used to say, what gets you screaming at the telly?
Yes, yeah. So what makes you kind of fired up, you know, what's your passion? And then the third thing is, what makes you angry? But not focusing on the thing that makes you angry, but flipping it around and focusing on the opposite word of that.
Okay, yeah.
So when I did it, my talent, I thought at the time, was communication. And then my passion was for people. I'm passionate about people. And then what made me angry was hypocrisy, so hypocrites. So I flipped it around to authenticity, to truth. So then you sort of bundle all of that together in your life purpose mission statement. So mine was, my life purpose is to use my skill of communication and help people find their truth. And then that really did fit for me as a statement.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. So that's your life purpose then, do you feel?
So it kind of feels, it's kind of general enough to be able to carry me through my life generally, so I don't have to go, right, I'm doing this, and it's very, very sort of narrowly focused. It feels general enough, so I could still apply that same philosophy to my parenting, to my friendships, to my career, you know.
So, you know, when you're going through your days then, and do you never think, I should be doing something else, or, you know, why am I wasting my time doing this? You know, is it quite clear to you that you're on the right track, as it were?
I might have the odd occasional thought when it gets to December and my practice slows down a little bit, that, oh my gosh, my practice is falling apart, why am I doing what I do? That's the only time I ever think that. Otherwise, you know, I'm pretty much, I get up, I do what I do, and this is how it flows for me. And I enjoy my job. You know, my job doesn't feel like I get up and I'm like, oh no, I've got to go to work. I actually, and we were talking about this the other day, weren't we, when I said, I think I said to you, I had to write down somewhere what my hobbies were, and I was a bit like, I don't really have any. And it's not because I'm boring, it's just because I do actually spend a lot of the time working, and because I love what I do. So my hobby is kind of my work.
And so does your work give you meaning?
Yeah, and pleasure.
Yeah, but what meaning does it give you then?
What meaning does my work give me? I think because my life purpose is to help people find their truth, I think hypnotherapy does that. You know, hypnotherapy really does cut all the BS out of your life, and you identify the root cause of why you're doing what you're doing, or why you've got into the pickle you've got into. And so because I'm able to help people with that every day, that ticks my box, you know.
Yeah. But I mean, there must be lots of people watching this that don't feel they have a life purpose, you know, or don't feel, you know, there's much meaning in their life. Lots of people just have to have a job, don't they, to pay the bills and get by, and, you know, it might not be, you know, the vision they had when they were 6, you know. You know, it might not be when you were 6, you know, I want to work wherever, in a factory, or, you know, whatever it is that you're doing, you know. So what can people start to do then to find more meaning in their life?
I mean, there aren't many people that can say, I've wanted to do something since I was 6 or 7 years old. There are very few people, you know, like David Beckham or something. He might turn around and say, I've, you know, from 5 years old, I picked up a football and that was it, you know.
Yeah, but there'll also be millions of other people. I picked up a football at 5-year-olds, you know, and
everyone wants to be a footballer.
Wanted to be a footballer, you know, but not everyone makes it, do they? We were
but then
watching.
I was just going to say, then it goes back to your original thought of, this is my idea, do I drop it or do I pursue it?
Yeah.
You know, and so he just pursued that idea and kept going with that idea through peaks and troughs, through failure, through difficult times. So he just kept going with that idea. Other people might have dropped the idea when they got, you know, told that they weren't good enough by the parent, or they didn't get signed to the club they wanted to get signed to.
He used to train as well when he was a teenager, didn't he? When everyone else was out drinking and
Exactly.
you know, smoking, he was down the park practicing free kicks, I think.
So he just kept that vision going and kept the idea alive in his world, and he didn't give up.
So there's two things here. There's one, trying to figure out what the hell it is you want to do, and then once you've figured it out, then sticking with it through thick and thin.
Yeah.
But, you know, obviously there's still going to be, just because you stick with something, it doesn't mean you know, you're going to make it happen, does it? Many people are going to fail, you know.
And why do we fail though? Because we've got sort of a few reasons why we would fail. Because fail doesn't mean you're not good at something. Fail just could mean that you've given up because of X, Y, Z. But actually, if you don't see it as a fail, you see it as a learning, and you kind of override it, it can become a strength, can't it? And it can become a thing that propels you forward.
So like failure is okay.
Failure is okay if you don't let it stop you, I guess. It depends on what it is, you know, we're talking about. I mean, if something's not right for you and you come up against an obstacle, then perhaps it's right for you to put that thing down.
Yeah. Because there's something about, isn't there, you can, you know, you can have the wrong goal.
Yeah.
Know? So you can have your ladder against the wrong wall, let's say. So you can, you know, so it's kind of defining, you know, when to keep going. Because lots of people are going to come across hard times, and then that's the time they might want to quit, isn't it? So, but actually, you can come through that and come out the other side. So it's a tricky one, isn't it? To
Well,
know,
how do you know if it's the wrong goal for you, or if you just need to keep going? And
yeah. Well, I always come back to Elon and Tesla. You know, there are many times when everyone's probably been saying to him, this isn't going to work. But, you know, I suppose if you're that clear that it's just that obvious this has got to be done, then you just keep going, don't you? But he's obviously got, you know, the vision and the talent, you know, and the skill and, you know, the drive.
And the ability to cut through the resistance. And we were talking about resistance, really, aren't we? It's just, it links back to actually episode number 1, which we were talking about how do you kind of get rid of the negative self-talk that can sometimes go round and round in your mind. That is also called resistance. So you're still having to override some kind of resistant thought or a blockage or an obstacle or something that kind of gets in the way, basically. So are you going to move around it, climb over it, or are you just going to stand there and go, can't go any further?
There's a very good book by Stephen Pressfield called The Art, not the Art of War, the War of Art. And that is a book about resistance and overcoming resistance. I've been reading that recently. And yeah, there's lots of wisdom in there about how to, you know, how we can easily be kind of put off or, you know, give up or whatever, but we just have to kind of keep going. So.
But again, going back to life purpose, does it have to be like, you know, a completely long-term vision for this is why I'm on this planet? It can be, I guess, for some people, but for most of us, we haven't got the capacity to think that far, I guess. So we might have to just kind of go, well, I don't know, in my teens, my life purpose is just to get through my A-levels, you know, and get to university, for example. And then they've got through university, and then their life purpose is to just get their first job nailed. You know,
what's the difference then between a goal and a life purpose?
Well, I suppose the life purpose is the really, really long-term goal.
I would say the life purpose is when you're like totally congruent and aligned. So when your identity, your beliefs, your skills, you know, your
capability,
your environment, your purpose are all aligned. You know, because I could have a goal, I want to buy a TV, you know, and so to do that I need to save up some money. But it's not my life purpose to buy a TV.
No.
You know, it's just I just want a bigger TV or something, you know.
Yeah, so, but go back to that the pyramid, and you're talking about the logical levels. I think logical levels is, it deserves its own video, because it's quite a complicated but really fascinating model, and perhaps we can talk about that in another video and really break that one down. But when everything is aligned, but you know, how do you know when it's all aligned? Well,
for me, I know when I'm not aligned, you know, because I, you know, feel out of sorts, or, you know, for me, you know, if there's something I want to do, like I want to make films, if I'm, you know, that thought will keep coming back, and if I'm not doing anything about it, then, you know, it'll keep coming back, the thought, and you know, it'd be like a niggling little voice, you know, you need to keep making films, you need to keep making films, you know, or if I'm not exercising, you know, then I haven't got the energy to kind of do the things I want. So I think there's a way we can tell when we're not like truly aligned.
And does it also have an impact on our flow, like how things come in easily and how we feel like we're in that, I don't know, positive flow state? Yeah,
you'd have thought so, wouldn't you? Yeah, because if you're just grinding away and, you know, the coalface kind of thing, just because you want to save up and buy a TV, you know, that's not very kind of fulfilling, is it, in the long term? You know? So what we're saying is that there's a way you can start to define your life purpose. Neil Croft's exercise is one way of doing it. And, you know, once you start to define that, you start to become more aligned and congruent. Then it doesn't just mean it happens, does it? You know, you've got to put the work in.
But also, how important is it to you? Some people are actually just quite happy to just kind of wake up, go to work, go and pick the child up from the school run, come back, make the dinner, do what they do, but they're just kind of peaceful and happy. And And if that's your goal, just to be happy, that's an amazing life purpose, isn't it, as well? So it doesn't have to be something monumental.
I did read the other day, most Americans get more meaning from family than work now. So work can be just a means to an end.
Yeah, I mean, one of my clients said to me last week, I don't really strive for anything apart from just to know I've got my friends and my family around, and just to know that I'm kind of loved, and that was it. You know, that's quite simple.
That's nice. So the life purpose doesn't have to be about changing the world.
No.
You know?
We don't all have to wake up and go, right, how can we be more like Elon Musk?
You know, I mean, Elon even confesses, doesn't he, that he it's not easy being him. You know,
No.
So you know, he probably might not want to be living that life anyway.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think, you know, all my life purpose is to be happy as well, you know, because all my clients actually, the underlying, if you're going to take everything that they tell me, but then I ask them what do they really, really want, all of they're really saying is they just want to be happy. You know, that's our mission, isn't it, as human beings?
Yeah.
No one comes in and goes, oh, I really want to be sad, or I really want to be upset, or I really want to be anxious, stressed.
So maybe even, you know, life purpose, you know, it's like having a big goal, isn't it? Maybe it's, you know, it's not the thing to aim for, you know, because, you know, if you've got a massive goal and you're having to push and strive and, you know, for it, maybe it's unnecessary, you know.
Yeah, I think finding a way to stay peaceful with whatever you're doing and whoever you're doing it with, whatever you've got, whatever you haven't got. If you haven't got a big TV, can you still be peaceful?
Yeah, well, you haven't got the latest iPhone,
you
know, or whatever it is, the latest Google phone. But that is probably another
video.
Yeah.
How to remain peaceful.
We can probably nail that in 20 minutes, can't we?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, people have only been trying to do it for thousands of years. But it might be an interesting thing to look at.
But for now, I think we've kind of figured
done it.
out that life purpose is probably not all it's cracked up to be.
Wow, interesting. 22 minutes, that was.
Perfect.
Okay, so do you want to do all your...
My bits. So if you want to follow me and find my website, here we are. There's the information. Toby is a filmmaker and his website is Messages That Move, and here we are. Here is that information down here. And then of course, if you like our videos, please do subscribe to this channel, and there you go. There's the globe of Dipti that you can hit.
Hopefully.
Here we go.